What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Deep Ruts podcast. I'm your host, Brandon, and today I have with me Andrew Wehner.
Hello, hello.
Andy is a longtime friend of mine and is a very early member in the group. One of the reasons we kind of started this group, so he was very early on, number 3, I think. So
I was in the group before we were off-roading.
Yeah, for sure. But we're going to get into all those details today. If you haven't seen these before, this is a podcast designed to kind of get you to know some of the members in our group, which is Dayton, Ohio Toyota Off-Road Enthusiasts on Facebook. And we do a lot of different types of events, some registered trail rides and stuff in the gorge, to food drives and trucker treats and all types of stuff. So we have a great time out there and are very family oriented, and Andy's going to talk a little bit about that as well. But we just filmed the rig walk around video, which is the mini series to this episode, and you can go on and see Andy's 4Runner, look at all those modifications. This thing is very beautiful, so Andy's done a great job putting it together, and you definitely want to check that out. But let's kick it off by talking a little bit, Andy, about how we actually started doing all this. I know I had got the Tundra because my dad had passed away, and I think like not even a couple months after that.
Dude, yeah, a couple months later, like, we owned this Chrysler minivan that was brand new, man, and the check engine light just wouldn't go away. So I literally, not even having any insight or sight that we were going to go towards off-roading or anything, just was looking at what had the highest resale value, because we were about to lose so much on this stupid-ass Chrysler van. So yeah, it's like Toyota trucks. So yeah. Went and started test driving different things, and my wife really liked the 4Runner, and I was like, really? I like the Highlander. But yeah, I'm happy we did it.
Yeah, man. And then I think as probably the day you bought it, I think you came to my house, as we have done many, many times in the past. When we get a new vehicle, you got to go show it off and talk to your friends a little bit.
You got to roll up and beep. And
yeah, for sure.
Say what's up to the friends.
It's been really fun kind of growing through all this stuff together. Like you said, our vehicles were stock, and we really kind of got into that. The modifications of everything and wanting to kind of do more recreational stuff. So it's really cool to see where we've come from in that aspect, from doing the piddly little stuff with just like me, you, and a couple of people, all the way to now having some of these rides where there's, upwards of 50 people. Right. So really awesome. So cheers to that, dude, for how far we've kind of gotten. So a little thing that we do here on the podcast is we have a little bit of bourbon. I talk about this on every episode, but we don't advocate for like drinking on the trails or going out and do anything like that. But we do believe that you can have a drink and have some fun camping and doing all that. So today we have Green Weller, which is Special Reserve Weller. Andy is not a whiskey drinker by any means.
It's so smooth. The full-bodied flavor. You can definitely tell it was in a smoky barrel.
As they all are. So, but no, I chose Weller just because Andy's favorite color is green. Weller, Wehner, you know what I'm saying? And this is a little bit of a sweeter whiskey overall.
Does it always make your ears warm?
Yeah, it does that for sure.
That's normal.
So, but yeah, man, enjoy that as we go through the show here. But yeah, so cheers to that. But so let's go back a little bit and talk about like growing up. Childhood, getting into jobs and stuff like that. So what are some key memories from your childhood you're from this area.
I am. Yeah, born and raised in Kettering my whole life. Yeah, go Firebirds. Yeah. Yeah, had a lot of friends growing up through school, and ended up meeting Brandon, I think, freshman year. Yeah.
It was something like that. We had history class together.
We had Mr. Griggs.
Yeah, Mr.
World
Griggs.
History.
That's right. Yep.
Some good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but growing up, I did like Boy Scouts. I played soccer, like church league. Yeah, it was always rollerblading or bicycling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played some music and stuff too.
Yeah, I've been in quite a few jam bands. I started out slapping the bass.
In high school, you guys did Battle of the Bands, which I got sucked into carrying your equipment, moving
Brandon
equipment. I had a truck, so
ever. Brandon has carried the largest, heaviest amps and speakers known to man his whole life. He actually pursued a career where he gets to carry heavy speakers. I think it's partially because he helped us so many times.
that might be it. I don't think so, but it could be. But no, seriously, it been pretty cool going through some of those different stages of playing music and stuff. Played some pretty cool places, played with some larger bands. If you guys like more like metal, hardcore stuff, you guys did a show with Norma Jean.
That was really cool.
You guys opened for like the Chariot, I think. Right?
We played that show.
Yeah, the Chariot's pretty big. Or no, not... Was it not? It wasn't Norma Jean.
I think it was the Chariot.
Yeah, it was the Chariot, and the lead singer of the Chariot was also in Norma Jean, is what it was, right? But you guys played a couple of shows at like the Attic and Gathering Grounds and a lot of those places in Kettering. But we also took a trip to Indiana or something.
I think we went to like Kentucky. I swear we went far.
Yeah, we stayed somewhere out of state overnight or something. And I remember as soon as the hotel...
When you're 16, it feels like you're a rock star.
Yeah.
When you borrow grandma's van and go out of state, yeah.
As soon as that door closed, do you remember what happened? Do you remember what happened?
Hotel rooms started getting destroyed.
Yeah. Yep. Glass ashtray in the back of that door, million pieces. Great way to start the glass everywhere the whole time we were there. Yeah. It was fun.
Good time.
So, leading out of school, stuff like that, you went to all the Kettering schools, went to Fairmont, obviously. And you have a brother as well.
I do. I have a brother that's like 5 years younger than me,
Yeah.
Gabe. He's a carpenter, union guy right now. We've been hanging out and riding some motorcycles with Dad lately, so that's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Gabe was around a lot as
Gabe was a big
we did a lot of
skateboarder.
stuff
Yeah,
too.
we used to crash skateboarders a lot, but Gabe would actually land a few tricks.
Yeah. So getting into like jobs and stuff like that, what was like your first job? Where did you work at first?
Dude, I don't know if it was Cousin Vinny's or Dot's first, but they were both right next door to each other, so I never really left the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those crappy jobs, man. Looking back, you're like, man, I miss that. Just those moments where you could just do something meaningless.
Yeah, for sure.
For a
like
few
that's
minutes.
easy money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mindless.
So,
making a pizza, like
yeah.
There's no
for
pressure.
Sure. Yeah, you get the pizza done, get it in the oven. Pretty much comes out looking the same. So, yeah, that's cool. So, have you had a lot of different jobs, or where did you kind of go from there? Do you remember?
Yeah, I worked at a nursing home in a kitchen for a little while with Shane and his Aunt Nikki.
Okay, yeah. Good friend of ours,
was
yeah.
Fun. Nursing home's weird, man, but it's fun to like see the back hallways of these big places. What else did I do? Yeah, I pretty much just ended up doing some landscaping.
I think you worked at Steinmark.
I worked at Steinmark
when
for
I
a
met
minute.
you, I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, not proud of that. I used to have to measure feet on the regular, and man, Steinmark customers didn't have the loveliest of feet. That's to say the least. That job kind of sucked, but kind of was cool.
Yeah, I went to a place here locally that's really good at what they do, but it's called Up and Running. You ever heard of that?
Sounds like a running store. With shoes?
Yeah, so they actually measure your feet really well and get you to try on like several different shoes, even ones that you're not really interested in, just so they can kind of get a feel for what fits you best. But yeah, that was really cool, and the whole time I was kind of like, this is weird, you're touching my warm foot right now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh dude, I'd have these old ladies that'd be like, Irene, I measured you last week, what the heck, come on, you know you're a size 7, get out of here.
Yeah, and so led into landscaping, which is what you do now.
Yeah.
I know you kind of left there and came back for a minute.
I drove a garbage truck for a minute, and then back to fun in the sun.
Yeah.
Been doing a lot of hardscaping, some big installs.
Yeah.
Running some equipment.
You're very modest when you say
We got some excavators now that have like a rotating head, which is like the next level. Like you can do a lot with an excavator, but now that you can turn it and scrape things, oh my gosh, it opens up a whole new world. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a big sandbox like every day, just playing with equipment and building stuff.
Yeah, you have showed me some really cool pictures of stuff that you've worked on, and some very large patios, paver stuff that is just like pretty amazing when you look at.
I've done some commercial plazas and stuff it's just pretty epic just to see the number. Like you see a stack of pallets, you see like 2 semis full of empty pallets. You're like, wow, that was a lot of brick.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, dude. So somewhere in between all that, you formed a family, got married. So you want to talk a little bit about family?
I did. I met my wife Melissa in 2009. We just had mutual friends, and we really enjoyed each other's company, and we've been stuck like glue ever since.
And so, 3 boys.
3 boys.
So what was it like when you found out? How did you feel when you found out you were going to be a dad for the first time?
I was pretty excited because, like, as a kid, I've always wanted to be like that. Was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, I just want to be a dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just want a house and a car and a dog and a family. Like, I don't care what the job is. I just want something to go home to. So. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, you guys, if you come out to our events, you will likely see Andy and his boys and Melissa there. Yeah. They come out too.
Dogs running around.
Yeah, a horse is kind of more. What kind of dog?
We have a Great Dane that's pretty friendly, but she's pretty dark, so she can be scary at night.
She's intimidating. Yeah, she's a big baby. She's a lovely dog, but definitely scares you when you can feel it when she is running at you. So like seriously,
you can feel it when the kids are running too, though. Like,
yeah,
we usually have a pack of kids running around the campsite. That's been one of my favorite parts of DOTORE. It's just like my friends and then my kids, their friends, and we all get to hang out together at the same time. Yeah,
I love that aspect of it, man, because that was something that, I mean, obviously your kids have been through this entire growth of DOTORE as well, right. So they've always been involved, and that's something that we really try to, pride ourselves on here, is staying family oriented.
Like, it was so cool. Like, we saw another couple that had a kid with a potty chair in the back of their rig, on a trail somewhere, and it was like so cool seeing that, because like I feel like we pioneered that. Like, that was us those years ago with the potty chair, and we were off-roading and taking the potty chair with us, so we just stay on regiment training. It's like, this experience where we'd be stopping on the side of the trail and changing a diaper. Like, it's all good. It's been fun.
Yeah. Definitely good times, man. We've had a lot of memories that we've made throughout these. Well, man, how long now? It's been
a long way since you looked at me.
7 years.
It's been a long time.
6, 7 years, something like that. That's crazy. Do you remember the first time maybe the first meet. Do you remember the first meet that we did? Andy is the reason that we found one of our admins, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Jeff Gilbert and his Tacoma are also in Kettering. And Andy saw him driving around one day. Was like, hey, dude, you're at Kroger.
Kroger, yeah.
I'm tracking you down. We got this, dude, we got this thing. I think it's a group. There's a few of us hanging out with Toyotas. You want to come be part of this? So, it's really cool, man. It's kind of how it's all worked. Like, if you're a car person or a vehicle enthusiast or something like that, anytime you see one drive by, you're like, you can't help but look at it, you know what I mean? And you're like, hey, dude, I bet that guy's cool. Or are they in the group now? If that's pretty much what it's come to.
That's what it's come to.
Are they already in the group?
Exactly.
So it's really fun to like see that, and also how Corey got into the group. You know what I mean? Like I saw him at the car wash and went and gave him a card, and it kind of grew from there. So, so do you remember like the actual like first event though that you came out to? Like what was the first big thing that we did? I know we had like some meetup at Bob Evans and went and took some photos and stuff.
I think the first thing we ever really did that was big was like go to Aspen Acres and spend the night. Like, that's the first time I truly went off-roading.
True.
Solidly stock.
Yeah.
It's like...
And they had they were ripping side-by-sides and dirt bikes at like 4
crazy.
o'clock in the morning.
My kids started drawing on the side of this thing with sticks in the sandy dirt. One of them's name might be halfway carved on the other side. But yeah.
It was a sandstorm.
That was, yeah, Aspen Acres was like the first off-roading, I think, I remember. I don't know what our first event.
We went to Weggers and Garden.
Oh, we did.
Like we went down this trail. I don't know if technically we were supposed to be back there.
That was really true.
But there was no signs that said you couldn't be back there as a thing. So
there was a path, and our vehicles fit.
Right. It looked
so
like
we fit them.
It was like a shout out to another member who helped us find that spot actually, but we were both pretty stock at that point. So being able just to kind of do the little bit of a trail that it felt crazy, dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just felt like, am I going to get
The first
stuck
time you
back
go
here?
off pavement, you feel like your vehicle moving at angles you've never felt before. But like I had already experienced that a little bit just from work and like driving equipment and like trucks off road, like dumping weird places and getting stuck. Like the first time I read recover vehicle is like a dump truck in a field somewhere.
Yeah. But you've been around vehicles. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff with cars since we were in high school, and you know the stuff that we used to go after versus what we go after now.
So many amazingly cool Volkswagens. It's ridiculous.
Volkswagen, yeah. And we had a lot of fun too in playing with Volkswagens and stuff. And I would still have them now, but I have to have
a car that's reliable.
Yeah, it would have to be like a show car kind of situation for me. I would still have some kind of classic Volkswagen, whether that be air-cooled.
I have room in my heart for another, but...
Yeah, like early GTI.
It's not going to be my daily driver.
Yeah. But yeah, you had that Jetta for a while, and then you got you had the Passat from Matt, I think, as well?
No, I've just had a bunch of Jettas.
Okay, yeah. You had the black one primarily, was the one you had for a long time. But the first Jetta you sold, Matt, was like the first Volkswagen that I think kind of ignited the flame for everybody. That was a Mark II Jetta that was pretty beat up or something.
It's a $500 car, you know?
Yeah.
Back when you
remember
back when they made $500 cars?
Yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah. We kind of got involved in some like forums and stuff back then called Suave. Which was Southwestern Ohio Volkswagens, and it was like an actual website. They didn't have like Facebook and all that stuff when that started. But so we started going to some like meetups and doing some of that. And
exactly.
We're always involved like in that car culture.
Same
and
deal,
kind of
like
being
you
around
know,
people.
finding wheels off somebody. Oh look, this person's got a trunk for this model. Like look,
the resources and that stuff is just crazy, man.
Somebody's got these seats like and a bracket to fit this model this year.
Right.
It's good times.
We're getting reviews about stuff that, you know, if somebody, cup holders, for example, you know what I'm saying? Like, some stuff doesn't even have a cup holder when you see something that somebody has rigged up, and you're like, how'd you do that?
Like, I got to some other crazy builds where people are like turboing motors that weren't turboed, you know?
Yeah. So it's been fun, like, growing up in that, like, car culture. Like, I say growing up, but, like, in our teenage, years. But, so, this was your first Toyota, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've had quite a few Geo Metros. So that's almost a Corolla.
Yeah. Probably about as close as you can get to.
It's about as close as you can. It said Toyota on the motor.
Yeah.
So that counts, right?
Yeah.
Or no,
For sure.
I had a Geo Prism. That's a Corolla. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had 2 of those.
I'm trying to think what the difference is here. The Metro is real small, right? Like an egg.
The Metro is tiny like a hatch.
Yeah, okay. I got
Prism was like a little sedan.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll drop a picture if we can find one. But so what do your mornings look like being a landscaper? You get up pretty early. What do you do? What's like your morning routine? You get to drink some coffee and
French press, grinder, whole beans, tucking the works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So more coffee than energy drink.
Yeah. And then these days the weather's been nice, so I've been riding the motorcycle to work, and let me tell you, that just totally sets your day off different.
Yeah.
Taking the motorcycle versus a car.
Hair blown in your wind right from
Especially if you got music in your head or in your helmet too.
Yeah.
It's nice. And
but what happens if it rains?
My work, if it rains, honestly, it's not that bad. As long as you're not actively riding while it's pouring, that's when it sucks. But if it like has rain and it's a little misty,
yeah,
man.
So how'd you get into like motorcycles and stuff? Like,
I mean, I rode a little bit like when I was like 19, and then I had a little gold wing drop on my leg, and I hated motorcycles for a long time, and then my wife just decided that she was gonna ride motorcycles. So yeah, she went and bought a motorcycle, so I had to help her.
She bought a badass motorcycle.
She bought a badass motorcycle.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah, and you're looking at some motorcycles now a little bit, dabbling.
Vehicles are fun. I like gas. I like thrills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about like pucker button on a trail. Like I kind of enjoy that.
Yeah. Having.
I like the fear.
That heart rush a little bit, and for sure.
We're squeezing through these woods, slipping down this hillside.
And then you get to the end and you're like, dude, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was fun.
Did you see that cliff we almost rolled off?
It's always me first. Why do I go
There's
first?
just this one spot on this one trail I don't like. Other than that, it's been great.
Yeah. So we've talked a little bit about some other hobbies, being in bands and stuff like that. So what do you do, like music-wise? And that's more of a hobby now. You're not in any bands currently or anything like that. But what do you play? You want to talk about it a little bit?
I mean, I have a guitar. Yeah. The kids are starting to play instruments, so that's fun. Like Wyatt's playing bassoon. I hope he keeps pursuing that.
Nice.
We got a drum set in the basement. Dawson likes drums, but like everybody will go down there and beat the drums. I mean, drums are awesome if you got music to listen to.
And Melissa plays an instrument too, right?
Melissa plays viola.
Yeah.
We have a pretty musical household.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
kind of one of our favorite things about living in Kettering. Like they have a really good music program in their schools. So
yeah,
it's one of the things that keeps us here. We're trapped.
Yeah.
The schools
are
one of my favorite part about our city, and just seeing my friends.
Yeah.
Like I saw Jeff yesterday, the day before.
Yeah, we do. We pass each other all the time, dude. We live off of the same main road.
I see John like twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
What other hobbies do you have though outside of that? Obviously, we camp a little bit and stuff.
Yeah, I've been camping with the Boy Scouts a lot. Just as Wyatt gets a little older, we've been doing that. That's an opportunity to like go some different places, which has been fun. Seeing some different things that you might not get to. Like we went river rafting in Indiana.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, we saw a bald eagle on the river. That was cool.
Dude, that's cool.
Having a bald eagle hop tree to tree as you're chasing it down the river.
Yeah.
It was fun. And I'd never done it, like, they had us in these like whitewater rafts, but you didn't need it. But I got to sit in the middle and the back like I was the captain.
Yeah.
It was great. Like left, right, yeah. There we go.
Rock on, man. So outside of camping, any other hobbies or anything that you guys like to do?
We ride bicycles. We do scooters. The little's been playing soccer. That's been fun.
Yeah, you're busy, man.
It's always something.
Yeah, for sure. Especially after landscaping and stuff, long days. So
there's other club, like why I did like some theater club.
Yeah, dude.
Fishing club.
What do you think? Where do you think their next hobby is going to lead? What do you think is like the up and coming thing they're going to get into? Do you think it's going to like continue to be like music and soccer?
I don't know. Wyatt's been liking a lot of music stuff, but also like me and him have been going to the shooting range, so he's been enjoying that. I think eventually he may look at buying himself a firearm someday, but yeah, we've been doing that. We like all kinds of sports and outdoor activities. He's been mowing the lawn for an allowance, and he's been chopping some wood, so yeah. He's not really into too many sports, so I have fun ways for him to be athletic.
Yeah.
Swinging the splitting axe.
Yeah, you guys always are doing stuff, though. You're a busy family.
Yeah,
you always have.
Stuff.
I mean, you always have bikes on the back of this thing or in a trailer or something. So
that's what, I might have to get a bigger bike rack now. Everybody's graduating bike sizes.
Yeah, all the little ones.
I'm squeezing too many bikes on a 4-bike ride.
Yeah. So outside of family life and stuff, or actually one last thing family-wise before we move on from that. What is like your ideal like vacation? I like this question because it really gives people like an understanding of what you would want to do, like, you know, really where your passions lie and things like that. So what would be your ideal vacation with like family, and like what would you guys do if money wasn't an issue?
Like if money wasn't an issue,
yeah, if it wasn't like
some sort of like motor home to tour across the country, but it'd have to be like a toy hauler that can fit like some dirt bikes. I would like to get Wyatt on a dirt bike or something. I'm just terrified because I don't want to break his neck, you know?
Oh, yeah. But
it's scary enough
have
for
a
me
blast, though,
to be worried about me getting hurt, but yeah.
Yeah, you started
I'd like to get the kids on some bikes. But yeah, I want to go ride bikes in national parks and, yeah, camp around. I can't say camp. I would like to drive around in a vehicle with a TV and air conditioning and stay at some parks and see some cool stuff.
That makes it a lot easier with the family, like camping and stuff.
Exactly.
You got all the stuff to do it, but it is a little more stress on you.
I would like to
versus you can actually relax.
Deep into something like Utah, but man, the time to do it.
What is the coolest place you think you've taken this?
The coolest place? I mean, like, this has been to the top of Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
I have a picture of that. That's really cool. Yeah. We've driven it to Florida. Like, it sheltered our family in a freaking... I swear it was like tornado in Kansas. We go driving through Kansas, there's a tornado every time. Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool. So... Now moving on from family, what does the future look like for the 4Runner? Are you going to be making any more modifications? Anything you want to do different? Anything you would have done different?
Yeah, in hindsight, I don't use the roof rack as often as I thought I really would. We ended up getting a trailer and we put our roof tent on the trailer so we have a base camp set up. So I really don't use the roof rack. It was a lot of money to not use it as much as I probably would have just spent that money on more Under Armour.
Yeah.
I think.
How does that affect your gas mileage? Is that like...
It might affect it a little bit.
But not enough that that's really a factor.
I don't think that's a huge factor.
Yeah.
It's like I use it more for like Home Depot runs than I do camping and off-roading.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, that's fair, though. I mean...
I use it to grab 2x4s more than anything.
Or I'm sure it's probably also come on handy, like, on some long family trips. Where
it's cool if you need to take some extra stuff, or... Yeah, like, we got something that's wet you can throw it on the roof.
Yeah.
You got sleds, you just want sledding, you can strap them to the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a truck bed, so you can just throw wet shit back there.
Snowboards, all that stuff in the back for me. Kayak, but
so it opens up that avenue.
Yeah, we got to get you guys out kayaking, dude. You got to come out.
We got to do some snow sports. I'm the only one in my family that knows how to ski.
Yeah, we definitely. That's something we definitely need to do. Is even if it's going tubing, we need to do a DOTORE winter sports day or something. Okay, like we'll go to one of the local places. I say local, we all know
Perfect North or Mad River.
But we'll go somewhere, get out on the mountain, or do some tubing. That'll be a blast. But yeah, Yodas and Yaks. If you're watching this when it's released, we have a Yodas and Yaks coming up here in a couple weeks. So we try to do those a couple times a year. Just a good opportunity for people to get out on the river and hang out and have some fun for the day, catch the sun. So, but yeah, all different types of stuff. We do tour and donuts, hang out in the parking lot, and drink coffee or your French press coffee and eat some donuts. But what is your favorite DOTORE event out of all of that? What is your favorite? Let's say favorite DOTORE memory.
Okay, my favorite DOTORE memory, I don't even know what ride it was, but we had that one campsite at Callie's. It's like across the lake. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like an early...
Yeah.
We went on a ride, probably like a Kentucky Land Cruiser Association ride, and we all camped out. It was just like one of the early days when it was like me and you and Jeff and Corey, and we just met Waldo, and yeah. Just the OG rides where we're going on.
We did that night ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
But I love like Halloween at the King's Ranch. That's always
Halloween's a great time, man. Yeah, and you've won some awards over there.
Yes.
You want to talk about? You got bragging rights, so we'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, come Halloween, y'all best be bringing your costume game, decorating your rigs.
Andy won Best Decorated Rig last year or the year before, I think. But also, didn't you win another thing? Another mini bike competition or something?
Oh, yeah, I did win some mini bike racing.
You got a lot of bragging rights.
It's kind of cheating, though, because I was on the big mini bike.
Yeah, it was definitely a little faster.
Yeah. Just more comfortable.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So, seeing how far we've come, where would you like to see this go? Like, what do you want to see happen in the future? What more would you like to see DOTORE doing?
I think, just more events like we have been, and even, events like the Halloween Hayride. It's not an off-roading event, but, it's really fun for everybody. Like, events like that.
Yeah.
We should have a Christmas get-together or something. We need a spot. We gotta
do white elephant gifts.
We need a barn for Christmas so we can pull rigs in. Yeah.
We'll have a DOTORE Christmas tree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just family events like that have just been my favorite part about having the group.
We gotta get
off-roading is just a byproduct.
We gotta get a DOTORE club.
I get to pucker butt down a hill a few times just to hang out with my friends at the campfire later.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
It is fun. A campfire is always a good time, man, because you get to know people a lot around the campfire. Like when you're on the trails, you get to know them a little bit because you're putting your trust in a lot of people, like helping you out and kind of getting through situations.
And you can watch people drive and be like, wow.
Yeah. It is fun. It's more fun. Like I lead a lot of the rides still, but when I'm not leading a ride, it's great to see the people in front of you because you get to see the line they take, and
it's fun to see people that are new taking abstract lines.
Yeah.
Why are they not just following the car in front of them? That looks like the easiest way.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's fun.
Yeah. If we could ever get a DOTORE clubhouse, man, that would be sweet. We could have Christmas parties, little pavilion or something. You know what I mean? That would be fun. Donations, drop them below. DOTORE Clubhouse Fund. You got a can, we'll put it there.
Make Brandon's wish.
I could make a wish will work for me. But, yeah, so we've talked a lot. We kind of covered a lot of information, talking a little bit about, you know, growing up and work and family and DOTORE. And a question I really like to always ask here is, like, is there a hobby that interests you that you haven't done? That you're like,
Oh,
I
like
kind of want to do
everyone.
that.
Like, have you heard of paramotoring? That's where you
Like parasail with the motor?
You strap a parachute and a fan to your back.
Oh
and then
my
you
gosh, bro. I can't do that with
That
you,
sounds
Andy.
sweet, right?
It does sound cool, but
Okay.
man, it's
I don't know
terrifying.
anything. I've never ridden a jet ski.
I've never ridden a jet ski either.
That looks fun.
We were supposed to do it on a cruise and they canceled it because of the weather. So
I've never been snorkeling or scubaing. You're
Yeah.
over here holding on to underwater aquatic rover machine.
yeah, not scuba though. I haven't scuba either, but snorkeled and definitely used the underwater things, which is really
I'm down
cool.
for anything. I'm at the point in my life where I have no fears.
Yeah. Well, it's good, dude. It's good to kind of have those aspirations and stay curious, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's what really drives the adventure in all of us is the curiosity of all that.
It's
you
kind of
know
what
I'm
we've been
saying?
doing with the kids is just being curious and trying to figure out what do you like, what do you want to try. So like, you know, Kettering, we have a bunch of activities we can try. We can try soccer, we can try lacrosse, we can try ice skating. We have fencing, dude. You can try fencing. Like, we're just trying to.
Is that at the rec?
Yeah.
I've seen them doing
All
that
kinds of
before.
different
That's
stuff,
pretty cool.
You know, like
Yeah.
we've just been trying different things.
Yeah. That's fun, man. So, last question. Sign off here. Who is the biggest influence on your life?
The biggest influence in my life? It's probably my wife, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're both of each other's biggest influence. Like, we've changed each other a lot. Like, for the better.
Yeah. I would agree. You guys are big supporters of each other. And
Like, neither of us would be as far as we would be now.
yeah. Good answer, man. Nice. Well, it's been great having you on, Andy. It's always great hanging out. We don't get to do this as much anymore. We used to do this every day, and now it's like...
We used to sit around, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm bored. Okay, see you tomorrow.
We'd be like... Now it's like once a month, man. We rarely... It just takes... There's so much time. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so... You guys are out
I got 2
having
different
fun.
soccer games every Saturday.
But that's what the beauty of DOTORE is, because it's always the excuse to bring the family, get everybody together, and have some fun.
We
So
can drop by, get some donuts.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Keep an eye out for the next episodes, and again, if you haven't done so already, look into the Rig mini-series. Check out everybody's vehicles that have been on. And get a feel for the modifications. Maybe you'll find something that you want to do to your rig, give you a little bit of inspiration. But until next time, guys, let's go places.
Good night.
You're not going to do that the whole time, right? You should definitely do the Irish thing, if anything, bro.
That's even hardest to stay in character, because then you You end up hitting the Australian.
I might be taking some of these outtakes and putting them at the end, though. Okay. We're not going to get through this, are we? I don't think so.
Nope.
All right.